I just got back from a beach vacation and somehow I packed 40 games. And this is actually not the crazy part. The crazy part is I don't think I packed a single game for the right reason. So there was going to be 7 of us there if you count my daughter. And so the dilemma was just like, I started off just bringing a couple games and I said, well, what if 6 of us play? What if all of us play? What if just me and my daughter want to play? Like, you know what? Let me just show you how it broke down. Of course, I brought these party style games, which includes, you know, like Cross the Line, Here Lies, Tally Up is a new one I brought. Wanted to try it out this weekend. QE, which is my party adjacent game, and newer games like Act Your Age, new to me at least, which is just a fun game about pretending you are a certain age and then people will try to ask you questions and you have to answer in that age. So yeah, I brought a bunch of these, just thinking, okay, of course, got a lot of people. They want to all play the game at the same time. I need to be prepared for that situation. A lot of the time it ends up being me and my mother-in-law, just the 2 of us playing. So I wanted to bring some like 2-player only games. And then these are the ones we've been playing lately. I brought one new one when I tried it with her. So I brought Kamakoji, Marabunta, and Desperate Oasis, Boost Shuffle, which is like a newer one in the collection. And this is like my sleeper hit, the In Front of Elevators, which she really did enjoy. We played it there for the first time. So I brought games just for 2 people, because also my brother-in-law was there. Sometimes he wants to play a game, and these are easy to reach for too, and they're easy to get people playing. So I brought these. I brought what I would consider real board games. These are actually sit down and play longer than a 30-minute game. Like Wispwood, Frosted Blooms, Fairy Ring, big hit in our family. Everyone loves Fairy Ring. So it's one of my favorite family-style games. Rebirth. They just like the snappy turns of Rebirth. And Karuba, it's one of my sister-in-law's favorite games. She always asks for the, what's that game with the temples? And like, she always calls it the temple game, which I know, I forget a lot of times, but now I know, okay, when she says temples, she means Karuba, which I'm sure you guys know is a classic family game. So I want to bring like all these like more like real board games. To me, a real board game is something that typically takes longer than 30 minutes to play. And then I brought a wide range of just different style card games. A lot of these can play in 15 minutes, can play in 30 minutes, can play 2 players, 3 players, 4 players, 6 players, just different styles. You know, from Ryder Knizzia's High Society, Trick and Trove, one of my favorite type auction games. Of course, the Nupt. My new favorites like Loners and Fruit Boss. I just released a video last week about that. 13 Leaves, Odin, Pixies, Panda Panda. The list goes on. A bunch of different style card games. And to my surprise, I only brought 2 roll and write style games. My Shelby's, it's a family favorite. It's just super breezy. If you're just tired and you want to play a game, My Shelby is like my go-to game. Locust is just a newer roll and write style game that we only played like once or twice, barely. We keep getting. It's one of those games where we keep starting and then something comes out like dinner's ready or we're at the go. So I haven't quite finished a whole game yet. So that's why I brought it. I really want to try to finish the whole game. And the last pile are just slightly thinkier games, or sort of, like No Loose Ends and Bottle Limp. These are just like, nice trick-taking games. My family loves trick-taking games. My sister-in-law is exceptionally good at them, so I don't know why I keep playing with her. She keeps beating us all. Courtesans, this is just a nice, you can put up to 5 people, which is great. I'll say, okay, if everyone wants to play and it's more than like a party game, this could be a good one. And of course, Botswana, I like it at less players, like 2 to 3 players, but once again, it's nicer, like, I don't want to play a card game, but it still like feels like it, but you still want a board game-ish feel. I think Botswana kind of scratches that in. Anyway, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different genres I was trying to cover with this one bag. Before we go any further, I'll go ahead and address the elephant in the room. How did I fit all these in this bag? Well, I had to get very creative. I had to put boxes within boxes. I had to take games strictly out of their bag. Like for instance, I took games like this, took them out of their boxes, and I put them into smaller cases. This all does condense down into the bag, but you had to get pretty creative. Just for instance, like Rebirth alone, there's a lot of dead space in that box, and so does Wispwood. They have a lot. Actually, sometimes you think, oh, there's dead space, but I love it for this purpose because, just Wispwood alone, I was probably able to fit 4 different games within its box, and probably 4 games within Rebirth. So if you keep doing all that and keep nesting them, you can fit quite a lot in these bags. Now, I kept track with a list, so I had like a little master list I put in the bag with me, so I could be like, all right, what do I have with me, and where is it hiding? Because that's the big thing. Where's the game hiding? With all that said, one thing happened. Vacation. So what actually got played? This. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 games out of the 40. Well, technically 43. 40 was just easier to say than 43. So what got played? A party game, card game, card game, card game, card game, card game. A slightly more involved card game, but still card game. Party game, a 2-player head-to-head battle. If you guys never played this game, it's a little too intense. I'm not sure how I feel, whatever. And then one I would call real board game. Because the one thing I realized once I got there, after seeing what was played, was I was so concerned about player count. I'm thinking, okay, what if there's one of us, two of us, three of us, four of us, all the way up to 7 of us? I'm constantly just focused on all the player count. But what I didn't consider was the actual vacation itself. That just changes your mood. Like, for instance, the one thing I learned about, like, Frosted Blooms, love the game. It's not a game I would ever bring again to, like, that situation, because unless you're going there to just play games, but if you're there at vacations and games are like the secondary thing you're there for, then I feel like people's brain power aren't in it for a game that's going to last an hour and a half to an hour. You know, but playing 4 players, definitely an hour and a half. They want something that's less committal. They want a card game that, hey, if we want to play one game and we want to go down to the beach more, or in my case, like all of a sudden we play one game and then Millie's hungry. If I was playing Frosted Blooms, well, guess what? I can't just leave in the middle of it. That's going to mess up everything for everybody. I already took a bunch of the rewards, so now but if I'm playing something like Soda Jerk, well, I can just be, hey guys, we'll just end it here. You guys keep playing. Because the game always lasts like 10, 15 minutes. It's a low, who cares? You can get in, you can get out, you can leave it. You don't have to finish it. It's not a big deal. Nothing's worse than playing a game for an hour and a half and then at the very end be like, all right, we gotta go. It just kills me inside. So I learned a very valuable lesson. If you have an hour and a half, it's almost better to play 3 half-hour games than 1 hour and a half game. Now, I'm almost the opposite when it comes to like game night. A game night, I'd rather I'd rather play a big game, get into it, make the decisions, get that satisfaction. Because you know these card games, most of them are fun, but they don't really typically leave you with like that ultra satisfaction as like a big board game would. Now, for those curious on the games we actually did play and my thoughts on them, I'll save it for more of the end of the video. For now, I want to go through a little thought exercise. If I was to repack this bag today with just these as my options, what would I actually bring? The first easy bucket to cut is out of the real style board games. I think all these would go, Wistwood would go, Fairy Ring, and I would say Pinch would be the two that, I'll leave this for later. I think one of these will probably come with me just because they're that party adjacent. Like, this is a great family game. This is a great family game, but more party. So let me come back to it. I'm not ready to cut just yet, but these are easy buys. Modern Art, just so we're clear, it's a game that I still haven't fully played. I feel like the only time I played it once, it wasn't a good experience because of a lot of things going on around us. So I brought it with the off chance that we got stuck, once again, crazy situation, that we all got stuck inside. It was raining and we really had something to do. My daughter maybe was busy watching a movie and we knew we had an hour and a half to kill and everyone wanted to play a game. I feel like that would have been cool to have this ready to go. But once again, that's packing for a very situation that probably never came, which it never did, never came. So these would be easy bye-byes. Out of the potential party games, I'll just say what's in the list so you guys know. It was QE, Booty Dice, Hitster, At Your Age, Jinxo, and then Cross the Line. I think of all these, I think At Your Age and Jinxo would probably be the two I would keep. Mainly because they're the least barrier to entry and also less affected when people just, they don't have to be fully engaged. Someone can come up, they can walk away, and you can still kind of get to the game. Where QE, you really got to be involved to play. Booty Dice, it's fine, but if somebody has to go, that can go. I like Hitster and all these other games, but I feel like these are the ones I think just fit that beach vibe the best. I definitely want one trick taker. Now, I almost feel like cheating. This easily fits inside this box. So technically, this could be the space of one, but I won't do that. I'll get rid of, these are two of my favorite trick taking games right now. I love Bottle Imp. I think No Loose Ends wins because this is probably my new hotness. So I think this would probably win. This is good though. Bigger box is my only downside, but I think I'll bring that one instead. At the slightly more involved games, I think Courtesans will be the one I would probably keep the most because it plays up to 5 players, which is what we typically would have if all the main adults were playing that wanted to play. But I still think it's still involved a little too much where I think for the beach vacation vibes, these just wouldn't work. Out of this small batch of card games, I think I would cut Soda Jerk and Tally Up. I thought Tally Up would be a lot more fun. It's okay. It plays fine. It's one of those games where I think I would like it more than I do. It's a push your luck game, but it doesn't feel as satisfying as other kind of push your luck games that I've played. I think with Pixies or In Front of Elevators, I think of all the games that I've left to go, these will be cuts. I'll probably keep Odin and Loners for the main fact that they play well at 2 and more players. So those are probably easy, kind of breezy card games to bring with me. This is a tough one because in terms of auction games, I think I also have High Society here, Ooh, if I had to pick one of these to bring with me, because sometimes I want that auction buy sometimes. This is super clean, pure auction. This is that set collecting auction. It's not an auction per se, but more of a bidding. But they're similar enough. This is where it gets tough. This is why you bring them both. You're like, does it fit inside the box? I don't. This is the first one I'm like conflicted about. I think for easy play, high side might win out. It's honestly a toss up. I think maybe this trip bring this one, next trip bring this one. To me, they're slightly interchangeable. All right, those are the ones I'm keeping. And these next batch of games, I think definitely Catan as of late, because my family seemed to really like it, so I think I'll probably bring that one. Fruit Boss for me, it's one of my favorite card games right now. I think Tap 4 for sure. This game, we played a lot. We probably played 8 games while we were there at the beach. Ghost and Goblin was my new style. It's like an ink and gold style game. But I would argue, I don't know. I think my family just loves ink and gold so much. This was a tough. We'll come back to this one at the end of the video if you guys want to hear more about my thoughts on this one. Burabunta, it's just too heavy for what it is. I think it's for the beach. It's just the wrong game. Kabanga, super light, but I have so many other card games. I can easily ditch that one. My family likes it more than me, so it's a game that I don't need to bring for myself. Boop Shuffle is a 2-player abstract game. I like this better than Booped. Hot take there, probably. But then, I don't know, but who's going to play this with me? Probably no one. Ham Koji is a tough one. I would take it out of the box, and I'll just fit it into any of these card games. I'd probably bring this one on the off chance I could convince someone to play, because I just want to play it more. So I'll probably bring it for now, probably outside the box. And Desperate Oasis, if I'm bringing Ham Koji, I feel like, once again, interchangeable. What are you in the mood for? I think I'll ditch this one this time, Ham Koji, for this trip. Oh, the next batch of card games. Done up, easy, bring Colorado. Family loves it. Definitely bring that one. Oh, the Roll and Rights. I feel like my Shelfie will be the one that wins out, because I think if just relaxing game, this is just a relaxing game. So I think we might come back and cut a few more here. We'll see. This is a cool card game I've been really liking, but it's way more thinkier than it lets on. Simple game, feels like a lot of luck, but I feel like there's one of those games where it has that Lost City type meta that you can kind of play with and then do better. But because of that, and it's a little bit more, rules can be a little more finicky to teach, I feel like this is a cut for the beach, at least. And that means Locust is gone. This is pure cheat. I'm gonna bring this one everywhere I go, because if I have a chance to play it, I'm gonna play it. It's a fun game. It is a kind of whodunit mystery game where you play like you kind of orchestrate the case, which is cool because I know all the secrets. I know how the case ends, but you're like leading the team to figure it out through various clues and ways to interact with you. This is just a really cool, fun game. It's like Clue, but if I was like the clue master, I'm helping them solve the case. So this is a game I just bring with me no matter where I go. And the last batch of card games, I can see why this was a challenge for me, because these are all games that I would just bring in like my little fanny pack if I'm going somewhere. Like I could just fit all these games and just know I have something for everybody. Like 13 Leaves, it's a cool little like get rid of your shatter game, this unique way of doing it. I mean, Panda Panda is just a quick, silly game. It plays fast, but it plays well at 2, which is nice. I would say it probably plays best at 2, so maybe that's the easy cut. And then Nana, a trio type game. I don't know. I like it a lot. My family seems to be tired of it, so maybe I want to bring that one. Don't Botch the Broccoli is a game I keep bringing with me because I just want to play it more. I played it once, can't quite judge it. Definitely want to bring it more, so maybe I'll bring it to a upcoming get together. I'll cut it for now, but it's going to get played sometime. 13 Leaves, I want to put into the pile, do one final count, and I want to figure out what the ultimate package I would bring. Okay, this is like therapy for me. I got down to 17 games. I can do it. Maybe, what's a good number? I mean, realistically, you're only going to play, 9, 10 to maybe 12 on a good day. So maybe we'll get to 15. Because it's a 15, I feel fine, because this is a way smaller package than I had originally. Let's go with what we know for certain. Like, we have these 2 party games. I feel like that's really the only true party games I brought. So that's an easy in. In terms of, like, this is my only, like, obviously hard group game. So up to 4 things, up to 5 players. So this is nice, but it's a little bit more thinkier, but it's my only really thinky card game. This is getting in there no matter what, so I'm just gonna put it there now. In terms of the lighter style card games, let's just see what I got working with here. I feel like we gotta cut 1 from this list. Nope, can't do it. I think if I'm being true to myself, the purpose of this cut was to think beach games. I already have like 1 or 2 games that I think are way more involved in the beach. So if the situation does come up, I have 2 options. These will always fit the easy breezy, play 1 game, play 2 games, 3 games, and go out and take a nap or go to the beach or whatever you want to do. Easy to get into, easy to get out of. These are slightly more involved. I think I'll cut these instead. Because as much as I love High Society, I feel like it's a little bit more involved. Even Trig and Trove. Easy games, but a little bit more involved. And in the Hamakoji, if I'm being honest with myself, it's a little bit more like, struggles. Do you really want to have those vibes on vacation? Probably not. So I'll go ahead and cut these two and see about the rest of them. I think it's the only one right I have here. I think this will just stay the lullaby game, the nighttime game. But out of these two, oh man, I feel like they're somewhat interchangeable. This is definitely a lot more involved. Kind of gives you that Sushi Go type vibes in a more gamey fashion. This is just silly, low strategy, but more just kind of table talk. You're kind of like you're all like robbers, trying to rob things and trying to spoil each other's plans and trying to, hitch your ride on someone else's robbery. But end of the day, it's just a set collecting type thing. So I think with my family, this would be really good, but maybe a little too distracting. Maybe just a little too much for the beach, maybe. So I think Fairy Ring will be like my one real board game. Honestly, the odds being played are still low, but at least you have one game if the situation did come up. So I'm curious, what number is this now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 games. Wow, what a difference. I went from 43 to 14. I'm sure even this is more than I need, but let's just see how it looks in the bag. That's hilarious. That's basically not even close to being full. So I think I probably wouldn't even bring this bag. I would probably then bring it into a smaller carry-on suitcase, backpack type thing, because it would definitely fit in one of those. Oh man, I got some problems. I'm sure we all been there. You bring way more games than you need. But if I just took 2 seconds like I did just now with you guys, it's not that hard to figure out what you're really gonna bring. I know, you're just like, but what if, Ryan? What if I need this perfect? I get it, but I'm always like, I always regret it. I remember two years ago I went on a beach trip and I brought 2 bags of this. And I think we played 3 games and I was like, never again. But then of course 2 years goes by and the same thing happens again. So okay, this video is mainly for me, but I hope it helps you because it's a reminder, okay, Ryan, think reasonably, what could actually happen, and don't really do for player count. Do for vibes, do for feelings. If you know you're going somewhere where you're not gonna have a lot of spare time or you're gonna be tired, don't bring something that's super involved. It's not gonna get played. You're always gonna reach for the easier game. So I think you just gotta kind of put your mindset not into what would be the best for the player count. Because I think when you think about player count and just player count, you don't think about the situation around the players. Because when I think player count, I'm thinking perfect situation game night. People came to my house and they're ready to play games. What's the best player for 5 players? Well, that's not the situation. We're in some other place. We've been in the sun all day. We've been traveling all day. We just ate a big meal. We just stressed out about whatever. We just woke up for a nap. The situations are usually very different. So I think when you're going for vacation, player count, while it's good for game nights, it just doesn't work for vacation. For those who stay to see what games actually got played and my thoughts on them, let's get into it right now. Just realized now I'm stacking this up, I totally forgot to put Cross the Line in the list. So I did play 11, not 10. It was 11. Okay, so rapid fire, we'll go through these and just give you the quick thoughts on kind of what they are and also just what I felt about the weekend playing them. So Tally Up was the newest game I think I brought for the weekend. It was a push your luck game. People have mentioned it. I love dice games, so I'm always looking for those push your luck dice games. I still think I love games like Sausage Sizzle just because I think something about the Sausage Sizzle, it's like winding down and the high is of hitting all sausages to get those like the biggest payout. It's just so good. Where this one, I feel like you kind of just ride this wave and you really don't have this big peaks. So it was fine. I think my family liked it more than me, but it's a game I'll hold on to. It's such a small case. It plays up to 8, so I think if I'm looking for that kind of style game, it could feel fine. I'll have to try. We played it at what, just 3 of us playing? So I'll be curious to see how this thing rolls at like 8. I think like, or 7, or just a bigger crowd. I think at more people, this could shine. So at 3, probably just not the right game I would play. Maybe I would play something else. Soda Jerk, I remember liking this a lot at 2 players. I think this play wasn't as good. I do think it's about who you're playing. Because sometimes these head-to-head games, it really makes a difference by who you're playing with. So this time, I was a little bit underwhelmed. I want to try it at more players. I've only played it at 2, really. I want to try it at 3 or 4. But it's a game I could get rid of. We'll see how it is in long term. Ghosts and Goblins was a game I was excited to try. My family loves Ink and Gold. And the way I looked at this game is sort of that push your luck. You're essentially going into a cave looking for treasure, and you're constantly saying, are you in or out? If you guys played Ink and Gold, that should sound very similar. The difference between Ink and Gold and Ghosts and Goblins is each player sort of has some powers that they can like influence like the luck a little bit. So those who are out can maybe make the people who are in go deeper. So maybe they are only flipping 6 cards. Because at the beginning of your turn, you say, I'm going to flip 7 cards. And then you, with that knowledge, you say in or out. And then so those who are in, they get to the 7 cards, they don't bust. Well, I can play a card that says, you got to flip 3 more cards, right? And then someone else might have a card that says they can cancel my action or vice versa. In the day, it's sort of like a set collecting, kind of push your luck style game. We started playing it. I think people were just, my family loves Ink and Gold so much that they just couldn't get the Ink and Gold vibes out of their body. So it's not a game I'm like poo-pooing yet. I want to try it again with different audiences and trying to see. I can see it being good. I think it just didn't have a fair shot. And also, we did it right before fireworks, so it didn't get to finish it. Right as I think we were crossing that hump of like understanding the game, we had to stop. So like I said, I want to come back to it. In Front of Elevator, it's sort of my sleeper 2-player game. If I think it plays up to 4, I do not like this game at 3 or 4. I think when it comes to 2 players, it's pretty fun. In 2 players, if you don't know the game, essentially you have 3 different elevators and you have different characters, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's 6 different characters, different like mom, dad, like sister, you know, like that kind of stuff. And essentially, you're playing these characters in front of these elevators, and you're trying to get into the line in the right order. Like the first, like for instance, the 3rd person in line for elevator 1 will score 5 points. But if you get the right person in front of it, like if I get the mom in space 3 on the elevator, I scored double points. So it's all about trying to get your people in the right spot at the right time. The catch is each person has certain like cutting abilities. Like for instance, like the grandma always cuts in front of grandpa, or the daughter cuts in front of the brother, and so on and so forth. So they all cut in front of somebody, and there's other rules too, but it's fun. For a 2-player game, I think there's enough control to make it interesting. At 3 or 4, it becomes very random, and that's what I don't like about it. Tap 4, I just covered this in my top 5 card games I'm playing right now. This game at 2 players, love it. 3 players, 4 players, I'll play it. It's not my favorite, but at 2 players, it's just nice little shedding card game. But it sort of reminds me of like Lost Cities when you're playing at 2 players. But otherwise, it's just a pretty lucky game. But I'd rather play this than I would play, say, Sky Joe, which is, I would compare it in terms of like the audience that would like it. So, but at 2 players, very strategic. So I like it at that. Catan on the Road. We played this the very last day before we left. I brought this game because we played Catan as a family for the first time, which we didn't really like. I mean, the first 30 minutes, like I said, were good, but after that, I was done with it. So this one, it was better. Like, I'm not a big Catan fan. I never really played it, so I don't have like a lot of the feelings. It's sort of, I feel like Catan is sort of like the butt of like the board game world. It's sort of like it's like the Creed of the music world, right? So I don't know if there's anything inherently wrong with it. It's not a game for me per se. I just think for me, like this game accomplishes what I feel like Catan is accomplishing in a smaller package. So this is a good game. I'll keep it. My family seems to really like it. It is fun playing with them because they really get into it. So if you're looking for that highly interactive game, at least for my family, this game's a winner. Loners is my new little sleeper. I'm still playing it. I haven't quite found the home for it in terms of what people to play with the most, but it's a game I'm gonna keep pushing because I do think it's interesting and I want to keep playing it and find the perfect spot for it. Fruit Boss is the game I just really like right now. I think it's clever. It's just a different feeling card games than other ones I've been playing. Like it's not a trick taker. It's not this. So it just combines some of the ideas of other games I really enjoy. But at the heart of it, it's a set collecting, and you can only collect so many sets. Otherwise, you get negative points. So interesting game that I like. Mirabunta. I wouldn't bring this again on a beach trip. It's a cool roll and write game. This is like an I split you choose style game, but it is pretty brutal because it feels very abstract in terms of like all the information on the board, and you're trying to make these split I choose decisions, and they're just so painful. And you're trying to like, so it's a fun game, but maybe not for the beach. It's a little too much, a little too. So I wouldn't bring it to the beach, but it's a good game if you guys like those head-to-head style games. Love Frosted Blooms. Think it's fantastic. Wouldn't bring it to the beach. Way more involved, but I love this game. It's so much fun. It's a game that me and my wife can just play the 2 of us and have a blast. I love it. I actually prefer this at lower player counts. We played at 4. 4, unless everyone's really knows the game, it can drag on, especially because of how you have to make patterns. Since you're not just making things tightly knit. In this game, you want to make gaps. And because of that, people take longer to find what's the ultimate gap, what's the optimal way to place this. So I think it naturally, even if you're good at the game, it still slows you down a little bit because it's just a little bit more unconventional than maybe if you played a lot of polynomial games. It just feels different. So your brain's just not quite there yet. But the more I play it, the faster I get at it. But I want to bring it to the beach. I want to bring it to the beach. I would definitely save it for an at-home game. And the last was just a party game I want to play with the fam. Is Cross Your Line. This is a game that I think for me it was not just thing. It did replace Wavelength for me. Wavelength is a game that just never quite clicked with me and my family. So this game, if I want that style game where I'm just playing with people and I want to get to know them, and I don't take this game very seriously. It's just a game where you're asking questions that if I'm answering the question truthfully, secretively, and people are trying to figure out like how did I answer it, and the closer they get to being correct, the more points they get style game. So it's fun. I don't know if I would necessarily bring it again on a beach trip. I would probably bring some of the lighter ones we talked about earlier, but it's a good game nonetheless. So thanks for joining for another video. That was fun. I think that was a good therapy session for all of us. I mean, for me definitely, because doing this, it made me face my demons. I mean, packing, even when I go to my mother-in-law's house, which literally is down the street, I'm packing that bag to the brim knowing I'm going to play 2 games. Because I feel like I'm always going there thinking, what's going to get played? I just got to bring 5. Bring 5, and it's still even more than enough, but I don't need to bring 40. I don't need to bring 40 games. That's too much. After seeing how light that bag was, it made me just inside realize, okay, Ryan, you have a problem. Like part of me wishes I could just bring my entire game room with me. I wish I just had a semi-truck with all my games and it just traveled around the world with me. And then when I get to somewhere, I could be like, I have the perfect game, But man, now I'm thinking about, man, how cool would that be? Have like your travel truck behind you with all your game collection. Oh man, see that's the thing. If us gamers won the lottery, I feel like that's what we'd be doing. We'd just be like, I got a roving game collection. I got like the Dice Tower 2,000 plus game collection. Follow me around wherever I go. So wherever I stop, I got the game. So I want to hear from you guys. I'm sure you guys relate to this. I'm sure have you guys ever went somewhere with way more games than you needed? Like how do you overcome, or what did you learn from this? Are you guys still doing it, or did you guys already learn this lesson I'm learning now? Like, how do you guys like approach it? I'm really curious to see in the comments like other ways to like approach the situation. Like I'm thinking obviously player count wasn't for me. I gotta think more vibes, more like what's the situation gonna feel like? Is that what you guys are doing? Let me know. Let me know down in the comments. And while you're down there, go and hit like, hit subscribe. All that stuff helps me. Until the next video, have fun gaming. I'll see you later. I see you guys over there. You guys have the endurance to make it to the end of the video. I applaud you. You're probably waiting for the secret word. What's the secret word going to be? Let's make it fun. Last time was a little too PG. This time let's ramp it up a notch. And then we'll go with Rainbow Rabbit. That's it. Rainbow Rabbit. Now, off to pack this bag.